Hello, out there, weirdos, and welcome to the Weird Wide Web podcast. I'm your host, Lindsay B. Goddard, and I am here today with an exciting contest announcement. And I was lucky enough to round up last minute one of the contest sponsors, Rick Powell, who is an author and a friend, and he is here with us today. Say hi, Rick.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing?
I appreciate you coming on here with me because I've just been excited to announce this contest, and I was kind of wanting one of the sponsors to come on because we've got 10 people donating prizes for this Halloween costume contest. I guess I need to announce what it is. We are having a weirdwideweb.org Halloween costume contest. How cool is that?
That is fantastic, and it's really great because this is plenty of time to get it done and stuff. And all those people donating all the prizes, that's really spectacular.
And I couldn't have landed a better guest today than someone who has 8-foot animatronics in their house 365 days a year, right?
Oh yeah. I have the skeleton. I have George, my spider I've had for years, which was an inspiration for my children's book. Okay, here's a plug. That is one of the prizes for the Halloween contest. And, just things I've collected 40 odd years of loving horror and everything that encompasses it.
And when you talk about having a prop that's a spider, people probably really aren't picturing the magnitude of George in all of his glory.
Yeah, I had to move him into another room and where I keep all my books, and he's a staple in there, and he's happy in there, and he's safe, and
He's
he's
a
more.
biggin.
Yeah, he's an introvert, so he doesn't really talk that much. So
I own 2 of George the Holiday Spider because when I was placing my order originally, since it's a kid's book, I was like, I'm going to grab another copy, and as soon as I have a child at my house to send this home with, I'm going to. But my family's in like a lull right now where there's no little kids to gift this book to, so it is lying in wait for the right giftee, and I'll be the gifter, I guess.
that's great. That's great. Thank you.
And I appreciate you throwing that in. And on the flip side, you also write adult horror and some very adult horror. So you're all over the.
Yeah,
I don't want to say all over the spectrum, but you're all over something. You're all over this genre. That's for sure.
yeah. I've written erotic horror. I've written ghost stories, Twilight Zone types, and a lot of poetry. And I'm always experimenting with different things and different. I haven't gotten into science fiction or Western, but it's whatever the muse talks to me about and gets me going, and I get going. I have a few projects on the back burner now, and a few ideas, but barring life and work, I'm trying to get as much done as possible, and
Yeah, it's a
I'm going to
challenge.
have a book of short stories coming out by the end of the year, a collection that I'm
Nice.
working with a publisher, and it's
You've
chipping
been
away
doing
at
a
it.
lot. I've been seeing on your social media. I got to catch up because I've read your stuff in the past, but oh boy. Well, I'm behind on everything, aren't we all? But I'll catch up.
Oh yeah, we all are. I get it.
And you and I are alike in that sense that I I feel like to just focus on one project at a time would be great, but I'm apparently not capable of that. And so, I went to our first convention this last weekend. It was the Dark History and Horror Con in Champaign, Illinois,
Hmm.
and we were representing Weird Wide Web. But what I kind of took away is that I do need to at least provide people maybe with flyers and printouts that give them some damn idea what I'm doing because my table is this. I'm here at this table with my own books as an author. I'm here with this promo material for Weird Wide Web where I plug other authors and all this crazy stuff we do. And then I had like arts and crafts and other things to buy. And people just, I think they need me to narrow it down.
Well, I think this was if I'm not mistaken, this was your first one, I believe, right? And stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just the more you do it, the easier it goes. But it looks, from what I saw and from what you did, it was a pretty good success. And the main thing is you had fun doing it, and that's
And you know what? We
thing.
actually gained like maybe our number one fan.
Yeah.
Uh, this guy named William, he was there with his beautiful family, came out and they were talking to us for quite a while. And, he only ended up buying a Nine Inch Nails iron on patch, but the experience was worth so much more than that because he's read every single story that won the annual writing contest.
Hmm.
He's been listening to the podcast, and actually, he posted a picture he was drawing while listening to the Mother's Day episode, which on that episode, I read a story by Mercedes M. Yardley.
Oh yeah,
And
she's
he
fantastic. She's
posted,
fantastic. Yeah.
oh, I love her. And so he posted the drawing he did while listening to that. And I thought, that is exactly what Mercedes would want.
Hmm.
She would love him sitting there getting back into art because that's what he said. He said, I've been going to Weird Wide Web. He's been reading all the blogs, and it's getting people back in touch with their creative side. And
Hey,
so
that
that is a success.
yeah, that makes it all worth it. I mean, that's especially you and I, the creators and writers and the oddballs of the world here. Is just like we're doing this just for the fun of it and for the love of the genre, and it's I mean, I'm never going to make $1 million doing all this or anything, but just to have a few comments from people that says, hey, I loved your story, or I loved your book, or I loved your artwork, it made me want to do something, and boom, I mean, that's priceless right there.
Exactly. Or just even seeing you and, well, I call him Jeff Brown, but his pen name is AJ Brown. But seeing you two discuss his story and your poem that I read on the vampires episode. And I think you had said something in the vein of, we've kind of known each other a little bit all these years, but we've never had been published in something together. So now that's a milestone. And so when I sit here and after I put something out, because it's a lot of work to get it out, I kind of sit back and look at all that, and it's like, well, yay.
Yeah, it creates your own little family and your own little your own little circle there that just branches out.
A web of
And
weirdos.
web of weirdos. I'm happy to be part of it. So,
I guess I should do a shout out to all these sponsors. So, weirdwideweb.org is where anyone listening to this can go. And right there on the main page, you can get to the Halloween contest. You can also find it at weirdwideweb.org/Halloween.
mhm.
And it doesn't have to be a costume you're wearing this year. I mean, we don't have time for that. We want to pick some winners and get some people with prizes before Halloween. So, pretty much anyone, just if you have a favorite Halloween memory, your favorite costume, send it in. You could win some cool prizes.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, I actually need to update the website because we had someone come in and offer a whole third prize package.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so now and you had said you might throw an extra book in too, so it keeps growing.
Hmm.
So now for the adult category, there's first, second, and third place. And the children's only has one prize just because I'm not sure how much interaction we'll get with that. A lot of people don't like to share pictures of their kids online, and I fully understand that. So I wasn't
Oh,
sure
yeah.
how it would go with the kids, so we're kind of focusing on adults this year and feeling out and seeing what kind of
Hmm.
responses we get.
Hmm. Yeah.
Our sponsors so far are Megan Guilliams just came in with a third prize package. She has art prints and keychains and a book she's going to send. And we've got author Emery LeeAnn. She's put a book in. Delphi Blackwood. She's going to make a Halloween bracelet for the kids package. Author Yolana Olson has offered a book. Kasey Kill Hill, because that is her
Hmm.
new name, because I fudged it up.
Yep.
If you're in the inner circle, you know about Kasey Kill Hill. And if you're
Hmm.
not in the inner circle, you need to listen to this podcast and keep up with us more. But Kasey Hill is putting in a children's book and adults book. Goblinesque Creations.
Mhm.
And she's going to crochet a little plushie. We've got you putting in books. Mark Mackey offered an audiobook code. My friend Vanna at Cat Lady Crafts over in Texas, she is putting in a gothic accessory. And then JC Macek the third.
Mhm.
I don't want to leave that off because I always ruin everybody's names. He's putting in a book too. So wow, thank you.
Yeah, you don't realize it until you're looking at all this. You're thinking it's just something small and something that's, you're just doing just for the fun of it. But you see all the support and all the sponsors, and it's kind of like mind blowing. So
Yeah.
that's really great.
And it really shows that all the creative souls in the world were just all out there dying for an outlet.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
we just want to be heard and we want to share our art with you. And
Hmm.
so we're gonna, if you get on weirdwideweb.org and pull up that contest and send in your photos, because I'll tell you what, I only announced it yesterday, but I have not received any photos for the Halloween contest. When I went and checked the email today, there was about 20 more submissions for the microfiction contest.
Hmm.
We've had probably about 60 submissions for the microfic, but zero cute pictures of Halloween costumes. So get on that, people.
Hmm. Yeah, and especially one thing you could probably do is people submitting to the microfiction, let them know that, hey, since you're submitting to this, we do have the Halloween contest going on too. So,
I
send that
could.
out their way. So that'd probably be a good idea. Probably get that more out there. I know right now everybody's just trying to, everything's going on with school starting and stuff like that. And, a lot of people are, getting back into the thing after,
And it's
the
a little
summer. So,
early still for
mhm.
well, for the normies, it's a little early for Halloween still.
Yeah, not for us. We have it 365, 24/7 in our blood. So,
And
yeah.
and honestly, I didn't get on and plug it very much last night. I took a vacation from technology because um well, I had the web page for the Halloween costume all set up and ready to go,
Hmm.
and then I realized the entire page had gotten moved into the footer for the entire
Yeah.
website. Okay.
Yeah.
What that means to people who don't build websites or I don't know. What that means is that that page was on the bottom of every web page on the website for however many hours. And so when I saw that, I panicked and just deleted the whole footer. And guess what? Well, that
Yeah.
deleted my whole web page I had just built, which was in the footer. And the web builder I use does not save. It does not save revisions. I did check.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
anyway, by the time I got that all rebuilt, I didn't plug it too much last night. So I really do feel like we're probably going to get a lot of photos once I get out there and start letting people know about it.
It's good that you took that break from the technology too, because I know when I used to do that with like with the writing and the podcasts I've done in the past and stuff like that, you just get so overwhelmed that you just need to okay, step back for a day or two, especially when you're creating or writing. You get so much of an overload and you get so much tunnel vision that you just got to step back and
And it's the
go back into it.
technology side that,
Yeah.
ugh.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel you. I totally feel you. So, and you still got plenty of time for this contest and stuff, and to push it through. So, I mean, you're starting it good and early, which is great. So, and
Yeah. And plus, I've got walking billboards out there now because there's people, um, my staff members at Weird Wide Web keep asking where I got my shirt because I just got me a shirt and my husband a shirt to go represent at these conventions we're going to because we
hmm
we had one and we have four more. We're not giving
hmm
up on this, but so I I got them shirts and there's people walking around in shirts and I just feel like everything's blowing up and I feel
yeah,
like this Halloween photo contest I'm gonna do. I should mention that if you're submitting a photo I am going to double check when possible by replying to the emails and just say, hey, are you aware I'm wanting to put this in a YouTube video? I don't want to just make anyone feel violated, but really, really half the fun of receiving these photos is I want to make a big YouTube video and I want to give a shout out to these cool sponsors who are sponsoring it, before and
Hmm.
after, and then have a big mashup of all these cool Halloween costumes. That's the plan. So
Yeah, yeah, and I have some photos of the past when I used to dress up too. So I'll be throwing a few things out there and giving you guys all a shout out too. So yeah, that's great, and you're doing it the right way. It's just it takes time, and it's baby steps.
plus,
So
Kasey Hill's probably going to hit me over the head because I actually did receive photo submissions already because she sent her kids in. So sorry, Kasey. I forgot because she's just in my DM. We talk every
yeah,
day. So,
yeah, good. Yeah, that helps too. So
and it's pretty tough competition. Let me tell you, people, her kids are cute. So
yeah, that's what the Halloween is all about. It's all about the children, and it's about the magic, and it's about
that's
the
what they tell
imagination.
us. But
Yeah,
I do
so
miss the old days because, well, especially now that my neighbors are building that creepy well next door. Did you see that? Oh yeah, you
yes,
did. You did.
yes,
Um,
yes, yes. I am so jelly. I am so jelly of that well.
but
You
I
know.
was like thinking of the old days where I would love to have a haunted trail where I direct kids around to the back of my house and something pops out and then I hand them candy at the end of it. But I just feel like the world doesn't want that anymore. I feel like the kids would be scared and the parents would be mad at me for making them go through it.
Yeah, I mean things have changed, but there are still the groups out there that understand what the season is all about and stuff, and there are neighborhoods that do that.
Well,
It's
what do you
just
do at Halloween?
I mean, if I'm off work, I try to dress up and hand out the candy like
Well,
usual.
you dress up at work anyway.
Okay, all right, I'm guilty. You got it. But unfortunately, we live in a cul-de-sac, so we never really get too many trick-or-treaters here. We're like the end, near the end of the street.
Yeah, and I feel like
But
it's dwindling a little with that, sadly.
yeah, yeah. So, but I still get into the spirit, you know, pun intended, and get everything into it. So yeah, it's still to try to keep it alive.
But you're
So
still not
or
gonna
undead.
put those animatronics out on the porch where they might get rained on. You gotta keep them inside where they're safe.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few things I've got, that I've got collected over the years I put outside and everything and decorate, stuff that's been out there with the weather and stuff that makes it look more archaic and more creepy because they are so old. But most of my other peeps I keep inside in
Yeah.
the house, around me.
And
So
last year, okay, it worked against me to buy my candy really early. I was like,
hmm
I'm just gonna buy a ton of candy early on so I can stop worrying if I'm gonna have enough because we had just moved to a bigger neighborhood. I wanted to be ready. But then,
right.
we ate half the candy by the and I even rebought it once and still ate half of it by the time they came around. So I'm really gonna be ready this year. I'm gonna have so much candy, it's gonna be disgusting because I'm not letting these kids down again.
Preparation is the key.
And it's like, well,
Yeah.
not only did I eat half the candy, but then I was giving everybody huge handfuls right away. So
Oh
of course,
well,
2
hey.
hours into it, I'm
Yeah.
out.
There's no problem with that. The kids love you, and they'll probably come out more. Heck. So.
But then I was Little Red Riding Hood, so I had bought my husband like this black artistic looking wolf mask. But then
Mm.
every kid who came up was just saying, "Well, that doesn't really look like a wolf." Like, because it was just like hard plastic, like gothic, artistic looking, like you'd see it at a masquerade ball or something, right?
Right. Okay.
And
Yeah.
they're like, "Well, I get that she's Red Riding Hood, but a wolf should have fur." Like, you wouldn't believe how many kids were disappointed in this wolf mask. And he would have rather been the classic furry wolf. And here I am, the pushy wife. I'm like, put this one on. I like this one. Poor guy. But he stuck it through. He still kept it on every time he handed out the candy. So,
He's a trooper.
right. And I can't recall what the one kid said, but I just started laughing from inside because he was getting dragged for that mask.
Hmm.
I thought it was so, I have such specific gothic taste. I guess I just went a little too far.
No, you never can never go too far with that with Halloween. So
Or with
you know,
gothic because
Gothic. Yes, we
mm.
are. So
I want to
uh,
talk
you,
about like I cannot remember, but you just had a book come out and I kind of want to talk about your writing if you want to.
sure, sure
Oh,
thing.
it's the one I keep
Um,
seeing that has like the graphic cover with the guy's head or something.
oh, my collection of short stories, A Glimpse Beyond the Veil. There's a collection coming out at the end of the year, but the publisher I'm working with, she's fantastic, by the way, Mary, and she's putting out each story individually for people to buy
I
or to
like
download.
that.
And that way, after they're all released, she's going to release the whole collection in one, one anthology, one book form. So, these are some previously published stories I've had in the past. Um, the one, The Banquet of Penencia, I can never remember if I pronounced that
That's
right,
why
so
I didn't
excuse
want to
me, Mother
say it.
Earth.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a revenge story about this family that has their child murdered by a serial killer, and they get invited to, let's just say, a dinner that could mean how to enact a perfect revenge and how to move on from that. So this was a story that's kind of graphic, but it was fun to write, and that's what that story's
That's
about.
why
I
I
don't
was
want to
so
give away
curious
too
because
much more.
I feel like for some reason, even though I've read so much of your stuff, I always hear about the more extreme or graphic stuff, and I haven't read it yet. So like I'm getting more and more curious.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, it's a collection. Some are some, in that collection. There's some stories that are really on the extreme side, and some more of the sublime. So, it was fun to write all of them, and you know, getting this all out was I've been meaning to do this for years, and I'm been getting good feedback on the story so far. So,
And it's such
yeah.
a good feeling because in a writer's mind, the day job is in the way. Okay. I'm not going to speak for everyone. Some people love their day jobs, but the thing is, you have all these little things in the back of your brain that won't shut up. You need to do this. You need to do this. You need to get this collection out. You need to write that story
Mhm.
idea, and they don't go away. And so when you finally get that thing done, it is such a breath of relief because
Mhm.
it's one less thing that your brain is nagging you about every day.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that's just just how it is to become a writer. Once you write and once you get a story out there, you get that itch, and you just get that little buzz.
But
When someone reads it and likes it, that you just keep going.
how do you know like how far between the short stories are going to be released? Because that is such an interesting idea to release them for
Mhm.
just the smaller fee each, leading up to the bigger release of the collection, and then you can have time to read them one at a time. And I asked you a
Yeah,
question I did not let you answer, so
no, that's fine. She's been trying to release them like every couple weeks, every 2 or 3 weeks, getting each one out there, and depending on formatting and
Mhm.
getting them out there in all the markets and all the you know there's Amazon, there's Kobo, there's so many different outlets. She's trying to get that out there at once. Once she gets those all out there, then she's got to release the other one. So it's
And that's cool because I have there are some things like Google Books. I think I only have one title you can even pull up for me on there. There may be more, I'm not sure, but it's so much easier to go straight to the KDP and the Amazon, but that does cut out a lot of
Mhm.
readers. So when certain presses go to the Nook and Kobo and all that, it really does open up a readership. So that's pretty cool. Be getting out there like that.
Y-
And congratulations on finally getting that collection out there.
Yeah, I'm giving a big shout out to Marie Dawn Moldovan. She's with I Ain't Your Marionette Press, and she's from, she's based out in Canada. So she's my publisher there, and she's been fantastic, getting this all going and stuff. She's an independent publisher, and you know, yeah, you know as well as I do, just trying to get your stuff out there and formatting and stuff. It's no one knows what goes on behind the scenes with all this, and it's a vast undertaking. So,
Yes.
you know, yeah, my skull cap out to her. So, so
And when you find someone willing to put in the work and take care with your creative projects, it is priceless. So,
hmm
right on.
yeah, yeah. So you know how it is.
It is time consuming because I think coming up soon, I am just going to take a few days solid where if I open up my computer or phone, it better be to write because it
hmm
takes time away from your own projects to do all this stuff. So when people are willing to lend that helping hand, I've had mentors and just people along the way that help me, and it is priceless. And then getting it out there, like I said, having people who I met at that convention now on the other end coming back and giving me that feedback from the other side and saying they're enjoying it so much, it's like, there it is. There's the payoff of all that
Yeah,
work.
yeah. That's means you've made it.
Yes.
hmm
We're big
Yeah,
shots now, Rick.
yeah, yeah. No kidding. So.
And then, I mean, yeah, yay for the Halloween contest. And like I said, I couldn't have had a better person take me up on my offer today because you live your whole life spooky, and you've even been getting into crafts and making spooky artwork and crafts over there.
Yeah, it's just whenever, the writer's block hits or whatever, or whenever I'm, stuck, I always try a different outlet and, just to take a step back. And that way when I get into it, I'm, a little bit refreshed. So, it's just, you know, main thing with crafts or writing, the main thing is do it for yourself. Don't do it for other people. Once it becomes a chore, then you're doing it wrong,
Yeah,
you know?
I really admire that about you. But
Thank you.
I do try to rope you into chores. I've been trying to rope you into maybe movie reviews or something because you have
Yeah.
such a passion for the genre. And to be honest, I am pretty insecure about writing movie reviews because I wrote one for Oddity yesterday, and then I
hmm
rewatched it last night and my heart sank because I felt like maybe I said too much about you
Uh,
almost have to watch a movie twice and make sure to watch it twice just so you don't maybe miss something that maybe you should not have said. But I still stand by the fact that it's a no spoiler review because I don't think I
it was a great review.
okay.
It was really good.
Because I'm always
Mhm.
self-conscious. I on Goodreads about 10 years ago, I had my ass handed to me for spoiling a book, and I am very careful about it now. So, Goodreads can get
Yeah.
violent. I'm not sure if you know that.
Yeah, yeah. I have a good reads too, and they're they break out the torches and pitchforks out there sometimes. So you just yeah, it's eye opener.
I guess any online platform is likely to get pretty stirred up now and then, but
Oh yeah, you got that right.
well, we're coming up on the half hour mark, and I just kind of wanted to make this a quick bonus episode. And I did message Casey Hill and I said, I wrangled me a weirdo. We got Rick Powell. We're going on. So
Woohoo!
I appreciate you dropping everything and coming on here today to promote this contest. I hope everyone heads over to
Mhm.
weirdwideweb.org and clicks on that Halloween contest and sends me their photos. I don't care if it's I mean, I would love it if it was 40 years old or 30 years old. That would only work in its favor. I don't care how old
Yeah.
or new it is, and um, you know, no nipples. I mean, if you
Yeah.
want to send me the nipples, that's fine, but I can't post them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you got to make it safe, especially with, everything involved
Hmm.
in all
Yeah,
ages and
I'll
stuff,
probably maybe do separate. I'm thinking doing separate videos anyway for the different age groups if I get enough responses. It all depends on if people
Hmm.
send these photos in. So,
Hmm. That sounds great.
well, I'm going to, I guess we can just sign off and go start plugging this contest. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds
And
great.
then I will have this
Okay.
episode up later today and we will get this thing going.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me on here, and everybody keep it weird.
Yes, keep it weird. And thank you for joining me, Rick. I'll talk to you later.
You too. Take care.